Hello everybody, welcome to the 5 Minutes PM podcast. Today I'd like to discuss about the heat maps. What is a heat map? A heat map is a graphical representations using colors. And this is the reason why we call this heat map. And the heat map, it's exactly to drive the reader's eye to the heat points on the report, on that graphical representation. Most of the time, the heat maps are something like a matrix. For example, one interesting use is the probability impact matrix, where we can put in red the high probability, high impact risk. And we can put in blue or a lighter color the low probability, low impact risk. So why should we do that? And why should we use this graphical representation? First, we need to communicate properly and fast. Most of the time, the biggest problem we have today is not lack of information. We have an overwhelming amount of information. The problem is, among this bunch of information I receive, what should I really care? What is the real relevant information? So, for example, if you have a risk register with, let's suppose, 150 risks, and I'm your sponsor or I'm a member of your project board and you present this to me. Imagine how do I feel going through maybe 4, 5, 6 pages of a list of risks. The heat map will give me immediately, in seconds, where are the risks I should care. Among these 150, there are maybe 7, 8, 10, whatever, that are on this heat map. So the heat moves the color, and the color will help to guide my eyes to the real relevant information. Another very relevant use of the heat maps is to do stakeholder analysis. You can use the same pattern of colors or scale to identify where are the big supporters. Maybe I can put them in a dark green. The lower supported, then in a less dark green. And then the oppositors, maybe in a dark red. So then with this intuitive approach, I can easily guide my eyes and understand the major stakeholder groups. And this without spending hours analyzing the information. So this is something that people should use more, should explore more. One very important point about the heat maps that very few people worry about, it's about the colorblind people. We need to understand that we need to prepare information that is allows people to read. So most of the time, if we present a report to a colorblind person, the person will see only black or gray. So it's very, very important when you are preparing heat maps, put your screen in black and white or print in black and white draft mode and take a look to see if the impact is acceptable, if the person can read and understand the difference. I hope you found this podcast useful and see you next week with another 5 Minutes PM podcast.